Okay, welcome back to another video on the Maths channel. It's your teacher, Mr. Lim here. In this video, we're going to be looking at factors and multiples. So by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to do these two things. Explain the difference between factors and multiples, and give examples of factors and multiples. So let's have a look at the first part, the difference. The factors of a number are two numbers that multiply together to get that number. For example, the factors of 12 are 1 and 12, because 1 times 12 is 12, 2 and 6, because 2 times 6 is 12, and 3 and 4, because 3 times 4 is 12. However, the multiples of a number are the answers you get when you multiply that number by an integer. For example, the multiples of 12 include 12, because 12 times 1 is 12, 24, because 12 times 2 is 24, 36, 48, etc. Okay, so the lowest multiple of any number is always itself. Whereas for factors, the highest factor of any number is itself. Okay, so the highest factor of 12 is 12. The lowest multiple of 12 is 12. Let's have a look at some examples. Can I get you to pause the video and have a go with writing the factors and some multiples, maybe give 5. Let's write the first 5 multiples of each of these numbers, 8, 10, 15, 24, and 36, and then you can continue the video to check your answers. Okay, check your answers. So the factors of 8 are 1, 8, 2, and 4. Multiples include 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, etc. Okay, so there's an infinite amount of multiples for each of these numbers. We just wrote the first 5. You will notice for number 36, for example, the factors 1, 36, 2, 18, 3, 12, 4, 9, and 6. We don't need to write 6 twice, because we know 6 times 6 is 36. Just write it once. And you'll notice here that I'm going from 1 to 1 times 36 is 36. Then I'm starting with the next number 2. 2 times 18 is 36. 3 times 12 is 36. 4 times 9 is 36. 5, can't do it. 6 times 6 is 36. And that's it. We don't need to do it anymore because we've come to the smallest. We've come to the middle number, pretty much. All right. Express 195 as a product of two factors, both of which are greater than 10. So maybe pause the video. Think about what two numbers multiply to 195 where both of them are bigger than 10. Have a go. Okay, so I hope you had a go with this one. The answer is 13 and 15, but let me show you how I would do it. I would do 1 and 195, because I know 1 times 195 multiplied together will give us 195. But both of them need to be greater than 10 and one isn't. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, what number can I divide 195 by? Well, I can say it's divisible by 5 because the last number is 5. So if I divide that by 5, then what I need to do to the left-hand side is actually times it by 5. So 1 times 5 is 5. And 195 divided by 5, 3, 9 is 39. So that means 5 times 39 will also give me 195. But we can still see that 5 is not bigger than 10. So I'm going to try again. What can I divide that 39 by? I can divide by 3. So if I divide it by 3, that means I have to times this one by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 39 divided by 3 is 13. And that way I know 15 times 13 is still going to be 195. And they are both greater than 10. So just to double check, 15 times 13. 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Put by 0. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. And now we can add these two. 5, 9, 195. Question C. Matt takes 3 minutes to jog around a running track and Angela takes 4 minutes to jog it. If they start at the same time and keep jogging until they both cross the finish line at the same time, how long do they run for? How many laps did Matt jog? And how many laps did Angela jog? Pause the video and have a go with this one. Okay, so how long do they run for? They actually run for 12 minutes. Okay, so let's assume that here's my track and here's my start and finish. Start/finish. If Matt takes 3 minutes to jog and he's going around it, let's use yellow for Matt. It takes him 3 minutes to complete that, which means that when Angela finishes, because she takes 4 minutes to run it, so 4 minutes to do that, in the 4th minute, Matt will be back somewhere around here. Okay, so they won't be at the start and finish line at the same time. So in order for us to work this out, we actually need to multiply those two numbers. 4 times 3 to get our answer 12. How many laps did Matt jog? Well, if they run for 12 minutes and Matt takes 3 minutes to jog 1 lap, he must have jogged 4 laps. 12 minutes divided by 3 minutes gives the 4 laps. And how many laps did Angela jog? Well, 12 minutes divided by the 4 minutes will give us 3 laps. Alright. We now have some challenges. So here are 2 challenges. Pause the video, have a go, and when you're ready to check your answer, continue playing the video. Okay, so for challenge 1, I am not a prime number. One of my factors is 3. I am even. I am not a multiple of 4. So what I would do is I would probably start with this here. One of my factors is 3. So I'll start with 3. I'll do the multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, etc. Alright. Now it says I am not a prime number, so it cannot be 3. All the others are not prime. The next one says I am even, so it can't be 9, can't be 15, etc. I'm not a multiple of 4. 12 is not a multiple of 4. So it seems like there's at least 2 answers, because it actually goes on forever. So we can see that 6 is an answer, so is 18. But if you continue the pattern, you'll notice that every 12 numbers, 6 plus 12 is 18, 18 plus 12 is 30, 30 plus 12 is 42. All of these are not prime. They all have a factor of 3. They are all even, and they are all not a multiple of 4. So actually, this continues. So if you got any of those numbers, it's correct. What about challenge 2? I am less than 5 squared, so less than 25. I'm a factor of 30. So factors of 30 are 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10. I am a multiple of 5. So that means we can start eliminating now. So because it's less than 25, this can't be 30. It's a multiple of 5, so the smallest number has to be 5, so it can't be 1, can't be 2, can't be 3. 15 and 10 are both multiples of 5. And it says I am odd, so it's not 10. So the answer is 15. Oh, hold on a second. We also have 5 and 6. Alright, now because it's odd, it's not 6. So actually, there are 2 answers. Could be 15 or 5. Alright. Possible or impossible? If you can find an example for each of the statements below, write down your example. If you think it is impossible, write impossible in the box. Okay, so have a go with 1 to 7. Alright, check your answers. Number 1, a multiple of 7 between 80 and 90 is 84. A factor of 50 between 11 and 20, not possible, because I wrote down all the factors of 50, 150, 225, 510. None of them are between 11 and 20. A prime number between 44 and 50 is 47. An odd multiple of 6, which is less than 100. Well, multiples of 6 include 6, 12, 18, 24, etc. All of them are even, so that's impossible. It won't ever be odd. A prime number between 32 and 35. 33, 34, 35. 33 is 3 times 11. 34, 2 times 17. 35, 5 times 7. So that none of them are prime, so it's impossible. An even prime number is 2. It's the only one. And an odd number under 50 with at least 5 factors, I found 45. There might be other ones, but I found 45. It has 6 factors, 1, 45, 3, 15, and 5 and 9. Alright, let's try this challenge. I am a composite number. I am a multiple of 4. I am a factor of 100. I am not a multiple of 10. Who am I? Have a go. Okay, so I started off with the second dot point. I am a multiple of... I started with the third dot point. I'm a factor of 100. Because that will give me a list of options to choose from. Now, the first one says I am a composite number. So it can't be 1. Because that's not composite or prime. It can't be 2 because that's prime. It can't be 5 because that's prime. Alright, number 2 says I'm a multiple of 4. Yep, I can multiply 4 by 25 to get 100. 50 is not a multiple of 4. 4 is a multiple of 4. 25 isn't. I can't multiply anything by 4 to get 25. 20 is. 10 isn't. And the last one says I am not a multiple of 10. So we need to get rid of 100 because that's a multiple 10. 10 times 10 is 100. Get rid of 20 because 2 times 10 is 20. So the answer is 4. Alright, a second challenge. I am a factor of 120. I am a multiple of 2. I am a multiple of 3. And I am 1 away from a multiple of 5. Who am I? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so I've written all the factors of 120. Okay, again, just start there because you're definitely going to have a finite amount of answers. I am a multiple of 2. Goodbye 1. Goodbye 3. 5. And 15. Everything else is divisible by 2. I am a multiple of 3. Goodbye 2. And 40. And 20. And 8. And 10. I am 1 away from a multiple of 5. That's a multiple of 5. That's a multiple of 5. That's a multiple of 5. Alright. So it seems here like we've got 4. That's 1 away from a multiple of 5 because 5 is a multiple of 5. 24 is also 1 away from a multiple of 5 because 25 is a multiple of 5. 6 is also 1 away from a multiple of 5, but not 12. So there are 3 answers here. 4, 6, and 24. Alright, last bit for this lesson. Put the following numbers into the correct place in the Venn diagrams. So, if any of these numbers, 20, 12, 14, 25, 18, 30, 21, 24, and 35, is both a multiple of 5 and a multiple of 6, we put them in here. Otherwise, if it's just a multiple of 5, put it in here. If it's just a multiple of 6, put it in here. If it's none of them, put it on the outside. And let's do the same thing for multiple of 3 and 7. If they are both the multiple of 3 and 7, put them on the inside. Multiple of just 3 over here. Multiple of just 7 over here. And neither over here. Alright, so let me get rid of all this. Pause the video. Have a go. Okay, so let's start with 20. I can divide 20 by 5, but not 6. I can divide 12 by 6, but not 5. 14, I can't divide by 5 or 6. 25, yep, just 5. 18, just 6. 30, divide 30 by both of them. 21, none of them. 24, just 6. 35, just 5. Alright, let's have a look at the second one. 20, none of them. 12, multiple of 3 only. 14, multiple of 7. 25, none of them. 18, a multiple of 3. 30, a multiple of 3. 21, multiple of both. Okay, we can divide 21 by both 3 and 7. 24, just 3. 35, just 7. That's it. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you now know how to find, how to explain what the difference is between a factor and a multiple. So just to recap, factors are two numbers that multiply together to get that number. Okay, and the highest factor is always the number that we are using. Whereas multiples, there's an infinite amount of answers for multiples, but basically they are the answers we get when we multiply the number by any integer, by any whole number. And the lowest multiple is always that number. Alright, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. See you.